It seems Trump and the Republicans are all in on this message of affordability as we move closer to the midterms. Mollie Hemingway joins us. Look, this is real high-stakes stuff. Prices really do have to go down. What happens if they don't? Do the Democrats take back control of the House?
Well, it's a definite concern for Republicans that there is this focus on affordability. And it's got to be frustrating for the Republicans, to have just gone through the Biden era where there really were legitimate problems with inflation and the media would just run interference and they wouldn't mention it at all. And now that things are finally actually improving, to have it become this big story has got to be frustrating. Having said that, it is a legitimate concern of people. They do want this Trump administration to do what they did in the first Trump administration, which is through deregulation and through having a booming economy, helping people deal with some of these financial problems that have beset us in recent years. And so they need to take it seriously. It sounds like they are, but it could be a very big issue for the midterms, yes.
I think so. Now, listen to what President Trump had to say about his time working at McDonald's during the presidential campaign. You've got to watch this.
I'm honored to stand before you as the very first former McDonald's fry cook ever to become president of the United States. So they drive up like this. They look over. Whoa! Every one of them. And it was fascinating. Every one of them, the response was incredible. Almost like I knew I was going to win when I saw that. I knew, because the response was love.
I just can't resist putting that on the air. I mean, it's just good stuff. Now, how big a role, when he appeared at McDonald's serving the fries out of the drive-up window, how big a role did that actually play in Trump's re-election?
Well, I think he'd be wise to think about why that went well for him. We have a system that does benefit our elites in our country very well, but in order to win elections, you need the people. And President Trump, even with all of his wealth and status, has always been able to convey that he cares about the concerns of average Americans in a way that just frankly most other politicians don't. So again, heading into the midterms next year, I think there's a lot of pressure in D.C. to focus on foreign policy or to focus on some big whales. But it's those people that turn out to vote that need to be focused on, not just by President Trump, but also by the Republicans in Congress who seem willing to just let him do all the work without thinking about how they can implement his policies and really transform that Republican Party.
Yep, affordability is a big deal. Mollie, thanks for joining us, as always. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Stu.
Mollie Hemingway.